Good morning, it's day 3 of Vlogmas. It feels like today is a day to get a few things done. It's garbage and recycling day. We have laundry to sort through. Camden is outside putting the bins out, and then we are heading out to an appointment for him to get his hair cut. We have packages to drop off to ship, and I need to figure out at some point today what's a good time to visit my dad. He's been in the hospital for a few weeks, and I'm trying to figure out a good routine for that. And that has been a bit challenging as each week feels very, very different. So I'm going to try to get all of the things crossed off my to-do list nice and early. I did cast on for my second Advent sock this morning, and I've caught up to day 3 on the first sock. So I'm going to bring my knitting with me to Camden's haircut. I'm going to try to make some progress on that. And then hopefully I'll be back nice and early to get a few things done around the house and get organized. But it's kind of a boring, get things done kind of a day. I've got my shipments ready to go, and I'm just gathering my things. I'm going to bring my knitting, which I have in a bunny bag. This is my little everyday carry. It's the mini tote in dark brown, and I'm just gonna pick which one of these to wear today. I think I'll use this Sophie scarf. This is my Chelsea Yarns baby alpaca worsted in the color Red Bank, which I love. This one is my Clinton Hill cashmere version, which is also amazing. But I think today I want a little bit of color. So this is what I'm bringing. I'm going to fill up my water bottle, head out, and try to get all of the things done. It's around 2 o'clock, and I've managed to get everything checked off my to-do list this morning. I even got around to visiting my dad at lunchtime, and I've come home, had some leftovers for lunch, and I'm taking a moment to kind of regroup to figure out what I need to do next. I think I'm going up to the studio next. I know that there's work to be done, but coming off of a really busy few weeks or month, because November was very, very full, I sort of lost track of some of my usual routines and habits. I let some good habits slide. I haven't been doing my daily walks. I've even been forgetting to take my daily vitamins. And I'm trying to reset, but it takes me a minute to do that. I always need a little bit of a pause after a very busy time, and I'd really like to reset. So I think I'm going to head up to the studio. Maybe I will make myself a big cup of tea. I think I'm going to start with a quick tidy up there because it's still a little bit messy from the last few weeks. And I want to spend some time in my cozy little corner where I keep all of my journals and planners and supplies. I need to reorganize a little bit. I've been thinking about streamlining my desk and just putting a few things away that I'm not using to prepare for the new year and my new Hobonichi cousin. I think I have everything I need to set up for 2026, but I'm just gonna go through everything and see where I'm at. Maybe I will continue to use my current Hobonichi for the next few weeks. I know that I don't do a lot of planning in December, but I would like to do some other journaling. I have a making, like a knitting and sewing kind of journal. I want to set up that I haven't really had a chance to. I have a big, beautiful like sketchbook that I've been starting to dabble with, and I'd like to just have a little bit of creative time in there to mostly just kind of reset, regroup, and set up for the new year. After that, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I know there's a little bit of work I could do. I do want to work on some project bags, which I might pick up this afternoon as well. So yeah, I've got lots to do, but I'm kind of in this in-between phase of wanting to just enjoy a little bit of silence and figure it all out. And so that is my plan. I also picked up this magazine the other day, so I might flip through this later. And last night, I did finally start watching Stranger Things, the newest episode. Glenn and I watched the first 2 episodes, which I really enjoyed. Glenn did, however, fall asleep halfway through the second one. So he needs to catch up before we can continue. But I really am enjoying it. I barely remember what happened in the last season. It took us a minute to sort of realize what was going on again, but I know there are a lot of recaps you can watch online. We did not. We just dove right in, and after the first episode, it started to all come back. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm enjoying my Advent socks. I did knit a few rows at the hair salon today, so I feel like by tomorrow I will be caught up with my Advent socks, and I would still like to cast on my festive crackers socks, but my Sophie hood is calling me. So I'm kind of weighing the options there. I'll see what I feel like. Also, I didn't even take this off when I came home because it's so cozy. It's really cold today, and this is just making me feel so much comfort. It's just really, really nice. I love that it's not itchy, and it's kind of on the small side as opposed to like a big scarf or a shawl. I love it. This is my Sophie scarf. So yeah, I think I'm going to put the kettle on, maybe pick out a tea, have a really nice hot cup of tea. Maybe I'll even just flip through this magazine first. It kind of drew my attention because there's a story in here about someone weaving, which I thought was really interesting. And here she is too, weaving a basket. And there are some beautiful homes in here, of course. But then I also was drawn to this article as well, Alpaca Couture. So I'm probably going to flip through this for a little bit. Look how cute. I love alpacas. But I am going to try to get a little bit of work done this afternoon and just reset my studio. I do need to pull out my Christmas journal as well. I think it's time to start making a few lists in there. We don't need to buy a lot for Christmas this year. We are, I guess, in that phase where the boys are so much older, and it's kind of sad because there are no toys to buy. I mean, we haven't bought toys in years, but yeah, we're just kind of adjusting to what Christmas gifts look like in our family now. And I need to pull out my journal so I can organize that. But I do really feel like this is the day to make some lists, get a little more organized, and reset. I can't believe how dark it is in here. It's only 4:30. I've been in the studio for a couple of hours. I enjoyed a big cup of tea. I watched my friend Kate's Vlogmas from Hawthorne Cottage Craft. And I've just been organizing, tidying, planning what project bags to do next. And I was cleaning up my little creative corner and my art cart, which I leave right beside my desk. And I needed something to put some more markers in. So I came down here to the kitchen because I bought this tin of tea a few days ago. It's from Harney and Sons. I absolutely love their tea and I adore these tins. It comes with a lid, but I don't really need the lid. I took all of the tea out of here. I put it in a Ziploc bag and I'm just gonna use this for some of my art supplies on the top of my IKEA cart. My absolute favorite tea from them is the hot cinnamon, but I'm excited to try this one too. It's a spiced black tea for the holidays and I really like the red on this tin, so I've stolen it from the kitchen. I'm going to see how it works in my little art cart. Got some Tombow markers that I think I'd like to keep out in this, and I'm making some progress. I'm about ready to call it a day in the studio. I'm really tired today. I just want to get into my pajamas and kind of enjoy all of the Christmas lights and this dark, cozy feeling, but I have a couple more things to do in the studio first. I made some progress in here. Most of my work areas have been tidied up. I still have this yarn to cake up for my Norma sweater, but I'm kind of just putting that on pause until I get into the groove of my Sophie hood. I don't want to have too many things right at the beginning because I need a little bit of time to get acquainted with a project before I'm hooked on it. I still have Glenn's Advent stuff here to deal with, but I've been pulling out some fabric because I'd like to put in a very, very small batch of bags in the shop, maybe Friday or on the weekend. I'm not quite sure yet because it's already Wednesday. So I've got some festive crackers bags that I'm going to pull together. And I also have a very small batch of these bags from last year, which are still a favorite of mine. And I had a little bit more fabric. So I started these. They didn't quite make it into the update last week or the week before. So I have a few of those. I just need to close them up and press them and then work on those. I don't have any more for kits, so I don't have any of the Cozy Knitter Festive Crackers yarn. If you're looking for the yarn, I'm not 100% sure, but I think she still has some on her website, not in a kit, but just the yarn. So I will have just the bags later this week. I'd really like to finish those up because I have some other sewing projects I'd like to do. I have another bag that I've been working on I'd like to make a few of, and I'd also like to cut out fabric for a very casual, easy Christmas lap quilt. So that's what I have on my mind. This is my little creative corner. I just flipped my calendar to December. How beautiful is this? I love it. So I've got some of my journals organized. I've got some new Tombows that I got recently, and I'd like to put them in here. And then this is going to go in there. As you can see, I already have a couple of the other tins. And I just like to have certain art supplies at hand. Otherwise, if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. So the plan is to keep these newer ones all in here so that I can put them into rotation, start using them, see how I like them. I keep quite a few of my others in here. So this is where I got to this afternoon. It's pretty good. I just got rid of a lot of junk. These are bits and pieces that I'd like to put into my pages. These are some fountain pens that I'd like to ink up, not all of them, but some of them. And then these are some of my favorite pens that I've currently discovered, or recently discovered, I should say. I had a favorite pen. It was a Pilot something, I don't remember, and they no longer make it. So I've been exploring other pens. I do love, what's this called? The Uniball 1 by Mitsubishi. I really love it. And you can even get these at Staples, and they have them in the chunky version, which is super cute, or the regular version. This I've been using for a couple of years and I forgot about it, but I've been using this quite often and I love it. This is the refillable Sarasa. I don't know if there's another name for it, but you can pick your color of pen. You can pick your color refills. I have 2 of these and I love them. That's that pen. This is one of my favorite pencils by Otto. It's a Japanese brand. I love these pencils. It's mechanical, but it feels like a regular pencil. And then these are 2 writing instruments from Leuchtturm. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but they make those hardcover notebooks that I love so much. This is a gel pen that I'm really enjoying. And this is a pencil, a refillable, like mechanical pencil that is a 0.7 millimeter, which is not always my favorite, but it's good. This one's a 0.5. So those are some of my favorite pens. I'm not completely done cleaning up over here or organizing, but I feel like I made a lot of progress. And it's going to be a lot easier to step into this corner and plan again, or make lists, jot things down, because I've really gotten out of that routine. And over here, oh, I have this little Hobonichi A6 that I'm really excited about for 2026. This is going to be my gratitude journal, and I think I'm going to leave it in my bedroom, actually, on my nightstand. But this beauty is my new obsession. It's a leather traveler's notebook in an A4 size, which is quite big. I'll show you in comparison to a Hobonichi. So this is a Hobonichi A5, and this is a very large notebook. And I put this together, designed it, and figured out what I wanted with my leather lady who does all of my bags for me now. So we did this together one day and I love it. This is like a creative sketchbook for me. It's like my brainstorming central station. I've got a large notebook in here, and I'm going to flip so you don't see all of my inner workings of my brain, but this is just a lined notebook that I can brainstorm, jot down ideas, new designs, or anything at all. And then back here, I have a Midori sketchbook with the Midori clear cover on it. And this is just like a creative sketchbook for me. And I've been having so much fun in it. Not super often, but I have made a start. And I'm really enjoying it. So I'm just kind of putting down creative ideas. I did a little art class on Skillshare recently, so I printed off some of the information packet that came along with that, and I'm just going to go through some of the exercises in here, do some collage, do some sketching, play around with swatches, just anything, just a really freestyle space to be creative without dates, without any kind of pressure whatsoever, because I really miss that. I do love a messy sketchbook, and that's what this is going to be. So I am hoping to get some of these into my shop in the next little while. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I really, really love this. I love the feel of a leather notebook, and I've been thinking about putting them in my shop for a really, really long time, but something always comes up, and I've just been kind of preoccupied with other things, but I think it's time. I have tons of different colors of this cord, so I can customize the color of the cord. Oh, I love it. So I'm hoping to have those available soon as well. And I still have my yarn to cake up, but for the most part, this room is in pretty good shape ever since I shuffled things around a little bit again. It has been really nice in here when it comes to like my workflow. I've got my ironing board on that side, and I've been using this screen that Glenn got me last year at Christmas time to watch YouTube videos, and it just makes my time in this room so pleasant. Like, I really, really enjoy this workspace. I feel very, very fortunate. It's a really nice sized bedroom in our house that has been so many things. I think it was, when we first moved here, it was like a computer room and a playroom. Then it just became a playroom for years. And when I started to get back into sewing again, it became my workspace. And since then, I've obviously taken it over with so much stuff. It's my creative space, my knitting stuff, my business, all of my fabrics and bags, and it's just a really nice room, and I feel very, very lucky to have it.